Everybody miss Tank fight. When he come back, it got to be the right fight because we want to entertain. Things happen for a reason to make a person much stronger. One of the guys that y'all truly love is not in the mix right now, but he will be back in the mix.
Gervonta Davis is like taking a break. He's not retiring. That's the message, that he was not retiring, that they're looking to fight. But it's a mystery who they are because he's not allowed to talk about it.
Gervonta Davis is ready to return to the ring. His coach, Calvin Ford, says the news has been obvious all along.
I remember Tank been doing this since he was 7 years old. Sometimes you need that reset. Him being away, going through things that he's been going through, this crazy ass stuff. He looks happy. He looks happy. I can't wait.
Who in your eyes would be the opponent you would want to see him in the ring?
I can't tell nobody that yet. You know what I'm saying? I already know who I would like for him to see just for a comeback. The person that I want to see him in the ring, that's the one we're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't say that. I think it's an easy fight. Everybody in tune with it. It's being promoted. Right under y'all nose is being promoted. Y'all don't even see it.
Calvin Ford said he doesn't make choices for his fighter, but he sounded confident about what's coming next. It showed a positive change after months of uncertainty around Gervonta Davis and his legal issues.
And Calvin Ford is also, I'm telling you, very, very honest, that when he speaks for himself, and it is up to Gervonta Davis to say what it's ultimately going to be. But it is a very good sign because they're not doing anything like what was talked about with Gervonta Davis just a few months ago when it looked like, according to all these people, that Gervonta Davis was going to be in jail.
Gervonta Davis is the biggest star in boxing today. That's why a fight with him would be a huge chance for rising fighters like Shakur Stevenson.
This return is a very big thing because Gervonta Davis, despite what these people have been trying to convince people of, is one of the biggest names in boxing, if not the biggest name in boxing right now, because of the fall of Canelo Alvarez as being taken seriously as a top level fighter. The people that they're pubbing up there now as being the best fighter in the world is Shakur Stevenson. Gervonta Davis is a huge fight for Shakur Stevenson, and for people to act like the biggest fight in boxing is with somebody like Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia is absolutely ridiculous.
As talk continued to grow about Gervonta Davis making his return, his trainer Calvin Ford shared comments that left fans unsure. Ford claimed a major fight was already lined up and being promoted quietly, right in front of everyone. At the same time, he also said Tank still needed strong support from the fans to get fully motivated. Blue Blood Sports TV quickly pointed out the contradiction and questioned which version was true. These mixed messages only added to confusion, leaving fans wondering what really comes next for Tank.
And Tank Davis is coming back to have a major fight. Calvin is saying that he needs the fans to motivate him. But wait, there's more. Then Coach Calvin is going to say that they already have a fight in place that they're working on. He already has the name and it's being promoted right under the people's noses. Which one is it? Is it being promoted under the people's noses? Is it already lined up? Which one is it?
Calvin Ford made it clear that Gervonta Davis isn't done and isn't fading away. Even after spending time out of the ring, Ford stressed that Davis's return fight must be the right one to match it that truly excites fans who have been waiting to see Tank back in action. He suggested that Davis needed this break to reset and that the time away helped him come back happier, more focused, and stronger. Ford also admitted that he already has a specific opponent in mind for Davis's comeback, but he chose not to share the name yet. According to Ford, the fighter he wants Davis to face is exactly the one they will eventually end up fighting.
Listen to this.
To be the right fight because we want to entertain. He ain't gone nowhere. Tank is still here. And I guarantee you something gonna happen. Everybody miss Tank fight. When he come back, it got to be the right fight because we want to entertain. Things happen for a reason to make a person much stronger. One of the guys that y'all truly love is not in the mix right now, but he will be back in the mix. Y'all gotta remember, Tank been doing it since he was 7 years old. Sometimes you need that reset. Him being away, going through things that he's been going through, this crazy stuff. He looks happy. He looks happy. I can't wait. I can't tell nobody that yet. You know what I'm saying? I already know who I would like for him to see just for a comeback. The person that I want to see him in the ring, that's the one we're going to fight.
Looking at boxing legend Manny Pacquiao, he has shown interest in facing Gervonta Davis, which has set up another huge fight in his career. Even with his age and political responsibilities as a senator, Pacquiao is still open to big, high-profile matchups. For Davis, taking on Pacquiao would mean a major payday and a chance to strengthen his legacy by going up against one of the sport's all-time greats. Pacquiao's interest alone is enough to raise excitement for Davis's return.
You get to choose. Who are you fighting next?
I can fight Floyd again, or I can fight anybody like Gervonta Davis.
Keshin Davis didn't hold back his frustration toward Gervonta Davis. The tension began after Tank made a comment about mental health, which Keshin found deeply disrespectful and said it changed how he saw Tank as a person. While Keshin acknowledged Tank's skill and talent in the ring, that respect ended at the ropes. He stressed that he's no longer the same opponent Tank faced in earlier sparring sessions. He's stronger, smarter, and far more dangerous now. Backed by full confidence, Keshin issued a direct challenge, saying that if they ever fought, he wouldn't just win, he'd stop Tank and finally settle the score once and for all.
Bro is about tall as that damn desk right there.
All right, talk to the camera, because he's going to be watching this. What would you say to him?
Bro, you all right. I was cool with you till you said a mental health joke about me. So I don't really respect you for real. But you can fight, bro. You can fight, but you know since I was 16 and you was 20-something when we sparred, you already knew what type of time I was on. And now that, I'm in this position and I'm all grown up now, if you ever would give me a chance, bro, to fight you, just be ready, bro, because I'm not one of those people you've been picking on, bullying that you know you can beat. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever do want to fight me, which I think you're not going to fight me because just be ready, bro. I'm not playing with you, and you getting stopped. You know what happened last time we sparred. You getting stopped, bro. Some of the other dude.
Yes.
When asked about a possible fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis in 2026, Stevenson didn't hold back. His answer was direct and dismissive, showing no interest in talking about Tank. He brushed off the question with a few sharp words and moved on, explaining where the tension came from. Stevenson made it clear he doesn't waste energy on people who think he needs them. He sees himself as a superstar on his own, capable of drawing big crowds and making serious money without anyone else's help. To him, Tank isn't essential, he is the main attraction.
Do you believe we will finally see Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis in 2026?
Fuck him. I don't even want to speak on him. I don't got too much to say about him.
Wow. And if I may, tell me why. Where's that heat come from?
I don't talk on people who feel as though I need them, because I don't need nobody. I'm a big superstar in my own right. I make a lot of big money in my own right, and I don't need no...
Similarly, Showbiz explained that the frustration with Gervonta Davis wasn't new, it had been building over time. He reminded fans of the back and forth between Jake Paul and Shakur Stevenson on X, which ended with Stevenson making his stance clear. Shakur bluntly said Tank wasn't interested in fighting him, so he wasn't interested either, and asked interviewers to stop bringing it up. Showbiz made it clear he fully supported Stevenson's position, noted that with everything going on in Tank's personal life and legal issues, it was easy to understand why Shakur would step back. The bottom line, according to Showbiz, was simple. Once Tank lost interest in making the fight happen, Shakur lost interest too.
It was around the Jake Paul, when Gervonta was going to fight Jake Paul. They had a back and forth on X, and at the end of it, Shakur was like, yeah, it's over. I mean, he's not going to fight me. He's not interested, so I'm not interested. Don't ask me about that again. And I'm totally with him on that. So, yeah, him putting that extra, and plus, we don't know what's going on with Tank right now. So, he has a lot of things to deal with. It's easy to say F him right now anyway, right? But I lost interest. When Tank lost interest, Shakur lost interest.
Looking at Gervonta Davis's potential return, his coach Kenny Ellis kept his message simple and clear. Ellis stressed that his job is just to support whatever choice Tank makes, whether that means retiring or coming back. His role is the same: help him get ready. When asked if the idea of a return excited him, Kenny stayed calm. He said that if Tank decides to fight again, they'll prepare him plain and simple. He dismissed the idea that it's complicated, saying people tend to overthink it. To him, it's not rocket science, it's just boxing. Every fighter eventually reaches a point where they either move forward or stop, and Kenny accepts that reality without drama.
Just hearing that, Tank saying on the media that he'll be back, do you feel good about that as his coach?
If he's coming back, I can only support,
Does that excite you, knowing that, we still in the runnings to create our legacy? Still.
I mean, I'm just going to support him. You know what I mean? Whatever he do. You know, if he say he's done, I'm going to support him.
Mm-hmm.
If he say I'm coming back, we just get him ready, you know? Get him ready.
100%.
That's all we can do. Exactly. It's not rocket science, man. People make it bigger than what it is. It's not rocket science. It's just boxing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Every fighter gonna go as far as they go. Then some gonna stop, some gonna go. It is what it is.
Greg Hackett shared his thoughts on Gervonta Davis's announcement that he plans to return and face Isaac Cruz. When asked whether the fight would actually happen or if Tank was just talking, Hackett gave a measured response. He said the matchup could definitely happen, pointing to Cruz's recent performance against Roach as a reason for renewed interest. Hackett highlighted that Cruz's last fight boosted his record, drew a big crowd, and posted strong numbers in Texas. In his view, the combination of Cruz's rising profile and the business potential made the fight worth considering. This wasn't just talk, there's real interest in making it happen.
He also says he's going to come back and face Isaac Cruz after his knee gets better.
Yeah.
Do you think that happens, or is that just Tank just talking?
It could possibly happen because Isaac Cruz just built his catalog a little bit more. That last fight with Roach, so it might be worth it. He just did good numbers out there in Texas. You know what I mean? It was a great crowd, you know what I'm saying? So it might be, it might be some interest there.
Greg Hackett also compared Gervonta Davis to fighters who thrive on the feeling that the world is against them, saying that mindset only fuels his drive. Hackett pictured Davis at home, maybe thinking about retirement, only to realize that his competitive fire was still alive. He explained that this itch to compete isn't something a fighter can easily ignore. Hackett noted that even men with secure careers often return to the gym just to satisfy the same urge. For Tank, he believes the pull of unfinished business and the desire to prove himself might eventually be too strong to resist.
That's like when people be like, y'all hating on me, y'all this and that. They want to feel like everybody against them. Yeah. It feel like it drive them. Yeah, it feel like give them motivation. Yeah, that might be true for Tank. Tank, I mean, he gotta feel like the world is against him. You know what I mean? So it's fuck everybody. You know what I mean? Just so he could bring that animal out. You know what I mean? And he might be sitting home realizing, you know what, I was talking about retiring and stuff like that, or chilling and getting up out of here. But really, I got some more work to do. Cause this little itch I got, it ain't leaving. And that's how it is for fighters. You know what I mean? When you get that itch, you got to do something about it. It's plenty of guys I know that they work good jobs and all that, but they come to the gym spar just to get that itch out. You know what I mean? Or take a fight here and there. You know what I mean? That's how it be.
When talk turned to a possible matchup with Terrence Crawford, he didn't hold back, especially when the conversation moved beyond the ring. Crawford issued a stark warning to Gervonta Davis, saying that if they ever crossed paths outside of boxing, consequences would be severe. He stated bluntly that he would break Tank's neck, swearing the declaration on his children's names. Crawford made it clear this wasn't about competition in the sport, it was personal. He insisted that Davis already understood the meaning behind his words, and the rest of the world did too. There was no negotiation, no room for doubt. Crawford drew a firm line between the fighter in the ring and the man outside it, leaving no question about which version Tank should truly fear.
If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your neck.
Richardson Hitchens described the sparring sessions between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. At first, Tank landed a solid punch on Shakur. While it didn't cause visible damage, Hitchens noted that with lighter gloves, it could have been more significant. The punch sparked a fierce back and forth, with Shakur even taking off his shirt to match Tank's intensity. The first sparring session was highly competitive from start to finish. Later, Tank tried to pressure Shakur. Shocker's skill forced him to adjust his approach. Hitchens told his trainer that these were extraordinary sessions neither fighter gave an inch, and both pushed each other to the limit.
Shit, like him and Shakur sparred that first time, like he caught Shakur with a good shot. Boom. He didn't hurt Shakur or nothing, but it was like you could tell, like if it was 8-ounce gloves, we don't know how Shakur would have reacted. It was like because I remember him sparring Shakur. He caught Shakur with like a clean shot. Boom. And Shakur didn't shake up or do nothing, but it was a clean shot. I'm like, nigga, you sure you can take another one of that? Shakur like, what? Like he took off his shirt and they started bumping like that. Now they going back and forth.
Oh. Hold on, was it sparring? Yeah. Was it competitive, close, all that, Shakur and Tank?
Nah, yeah, it was competitive. And like the second time, like they sparred, like it was like a chess match. Like now Tank know, like, all right, he's really nice. Like Shakur really nice. Like all that walk down, I got a box. Like this nigga, like I can't just walk him down. Like he can really fight. So it was like a Tank like switch his strategy up and like same like now Tank trying to come and walk me down. I'm in there like we fighting, like it's back and forth competitive. I'm talking shit to Calvin, like nigga, Calvin, this nigga's a.
Gervonta Davis didn't hold back when talking about Shakur Stevenson's skills, cutting to the hype with his usual bluntness. He admitted Shakur looked skilled, but questioned who he had actually faced that really tested him. In Tank's view, Stevenson's record was full of opponents who didn't bring serious challenge fighters who never pushed him to the limit. He said that whenever Shakur faced someone who could hit hard, he spent the fight running instead of standing his ground. Tank made it clear. All the talk about what Shakur could become means nothing until he proves himself against top-level competition. Until then, Davis insisted it's just Let's talk.
So, like, Shakur, right? Like, he look like he got skill, right? But to be honest, I'm gonna be real. I ain't seen him fight nobody that's like.
That's amateur shit. Come on, bro. When that heat coming back at you, them niggas like, you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see it. They ain't really, these niggas just talking that way. And it's always, oh, he can be this, he can be the next. Nigga, prove yourself. You still haven't proved yourself. When someone was in front of you that can crack a little bit, he ran the whole fight.
As the boxing world waits in anticipation, one thing is unmistakable. Gervonta Davis's comeback isn't a question of if, it's a question of when. Whether it's Shakur Stevenson, Keshin Davis, or even a legendary fighter like Manny Pacquiao, possibilities for Tank are endless. But one thing is guaranteed. The moment he steps back into the ring, every eye in the sport will be on him. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest news. And leave a comment below who do you want to see Tank face in his highly anticipated return